do I need to do as a coach? How am I supposed to care for her when I don't know what's going on? I felt like a parent running down from the stands when one of my sons gets hurt on the
Cedric, my
yeah,
boy.
yeah, just on the field, like getting stretchered off, and like I'm running down, like I gotta save my girl, and they just breezed right by it. They said Beverly's gone, we gotta move on. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. Make sure to
Like
comment.
and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to BachMakers presented by Good Time Media. I am Wyatt, that is Michael, and we're going to recap episode 3, week 3 of Grant's season here. I have severe whiplash from this season already. There's so many storylines that I can't even keep up with. A lot to unpack here. Mike, what you think of the episode?
Definitely a different type of episode than last week. Last week we were like, this was so long, blah 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 blah. It just felt emotionally draining. This week it was also kind of emotionally draining, but like different kind. Um, I don't know. I thought it was good. It's setting up a really nice next couple weeks. I feel like. I think it's all going to lead to a crazy finale of maybe not the best ending, maybe not the most happy ending, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not the best Grant episode, not the worst.
Yeah, not a great Grant, but not a bad Grant. We got middle of the line Grant, and I think we're going to come across defending Grant a little bit in this episode because I think there's a little bit of it.
Maybe you more than me, yeah.
Well, I'll say this off the bat, but we got to cover one thing before we get into the episode. I was informed before we started covering this show a couple seasons ago, there was a guy named Juan Pablo who apparently what happened was he rubbed ABC and the producers the wrong way. So they basically changed the edit-ish and made him the villain. There were worries that something like that might happen. So I feel like they're not doing Grant many favors the way they're presenting him, to be honest. But we can get into that later.
I mean, he's definitely not getting the villain edit. It's been Zoe, and it's kind of, I guess, transitioning to Carolina.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing their best to paint Grant in a good light. But who knows? We'll see how the rest of the episode goes. One thing we got to talk about before we even get into this episode, biggest thing in Bachelor Nation right now. Moment of silence for the Bachelorette, please.
In the
arms of an angel, I will remember Jen.
And all the other ones before
Will
Jen.
you remember Jen?
BachMaker. Oh.
I'm going to keep saying Jen.
No, I 100% agree with you.
What? I just said moment of silence for the Bachelorette, and you said I completely agree with you.
I completely agree with you that we should have the moment of silence because that was crazy. We learned that on Friday night at like 10:30 p.m. Right? Yeah. I mean, that was kind of like a "Where were you?" moment.
Yeah.
Like, where were you when, like something crazy happened?
You were about to say a tragedy, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Good job stopping yourself. Good boy.
Thank you. He's a good boy.
I did. I don't like it.
My tail's wagging.
A
good boy.
So okay, with the Bachelorette getting canceled here, obviously there's just shock of like why, what, when, who, how. Few things here. I think this definitely means Paradise has moved up a little bit, which I think is a plus. I think Paradise is kind of what people are itching for at this point. I think
summer. They want summer.
We want summer, and I just we didn't have Paradise last year. I think people are just ready for it at this point. And it kind of makes sense to just give us Paradise if they think they got a good season and they think we're just going to scramble to put together a Bachelorette season. Let's just give the people what they want. Let's keep the main thing, and that's Paradise. And let's have a hell of a Paradise episode or Paradise season. Now, where does this leave us Bachelorette long term? Because there's probably some rumors that this cast. What I don't understand is how do you look at this cast that we have and think,
Some great
nah,
candidates.
nah, let's pass on this season. I'm
They're
assuming everyone had to
so
have
hot.
said no. They had to have said no.
Well, I don't think they hadn't said no because I don't think any offers are probably out yet.
I,
But there's
again,
probably talks, maybe
there
some
had to have been because I don't think you
ideas.
look at this cast. It's awesome. There's a lot of great candidates. So why not even try to pull the season together? I'm guessing they tried and were like, this isn't going to work. Let's just punt for next year.
No, I kind of think you're right in the first point to where they want to. Everybody's ready for Paradise. Like, let's just get it out of the way. I do think ABC thinks, which is wild to even think this. I think that they think Paradise can compete with Love Island, and I think they are going to be so falsely mistaken when if it is airing at the same times. Love Island's Now, Love Island did just have an amazing season, and like it's probably not going to have the same effect this year. But Love Island was crazy last year, and Paradise, it's not the same formula of Love Island. It's not the same formula. We already know these people from Paradise, and the people that don't know, like I can't imagine Paradise bringing in that many new people. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it does, but it's people you already know from the franchise. So it's for the people that are fans of the franchise. Love Island, everybody there, you've never heard of them. They make reality stars. These are stars that are already, you know, relevant. Kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
quote
Sorry.
unquote.
My phone is blowing up after. So
Sick.
the clip. Sorry, that's
Dude,
not.
sick.
No,
Dude,
gosh.
your phone's blowing up, dude. That's awesome, bro. I'm so like honestly, salutations, my brother. That is sick.
Are we
I'm
done?
done.
Are we done? All right,
Yeah.
cool. No, never mind. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Never mind. We're going to move
No,
on.
say it.
No,
Say
no,
it.
no. It
If you're
don't
gonna
matter.
make it a big thing,
No,
say
no.
it.
We're
Come
gonna
on.
talk about
For
it
the
later.
people, for the
We're,
people,
we're going
for
to
the
talk about it later. We're going
people.
to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it
For the
later. Doesn't matter.
people.
Doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it later.
Wow.
One thing I was going to talk about later with my final rose at the end of the episode, but I feel like we need to bring it up now. I may be addicted to breaking fake news. So I tweeted out after the Bachelorette was
Fake news.
after it was canceled. I thought, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. And I tweeted out that I have sources close to the show confirming that the cancellation of The Bachelorette is the fault of one Jeremy Simon, good friend of the program. I thought no harm, no foul. My end goal, and I was conversing with Brett from Gen Season as well. I was like,
Yeah.
how do we get this to infiltrate the
Fruition.
media? Yeah, we wanted basically the end goal was to get a media source to pick it up and actually present it as fact. That was the goal. But here's the other thing. I realize I'm maybe not built for this as well because I got multiple, way too many DMs of, wait, what does this mean? How is this true? How do you know this? And I couldn't lie. I couldn't lie to the people and say I'm just making this up. So I literally told them all I was joking. I'm in and out with the faking breaking news. So I don't know where I stand with it. Again, I put out a Notes app apology. Shout out me on my Instagram. I'll probably do it again at some point. So I just want to warn the people now. Don't trust me. I can't be
Yeah,
trusted.
I mean, you might get picked up by usmagazine.com,
Yeah.
who shouted us out
Shout out.
this
Shout out
past
you
weekend
Us Weekly.
from our
Love it. Love to see that.
us. Is it Us Weekly or US Weekly?
I think Us.
Uh, whoa. Okay.
Either way,
Wow.
shout out them for shouting out the
Yeah.
BachMakers. We're journalists now. I will say
Yeah.
this. That's like the proudest my mom's been of everything we do. I was like, we're at Us Weekly. She was like, what? That's awesome. Doesn't matter TikTok.
There we go.
It's like Us Weekly. There we go. We did it. Okay. Do you want to get in the episode? Anything else with Bachelorette getting canceled?
I have a theory hat that I might just make a TikTok on. It's a realistic, not theory. Like it's not just not true, but
You want to tease it a little bit?
yeah, the Alona Mar from the Dance with the Stars that they maybe rescheduled it around her timeline. Maybe if they're trying to get a celebrity to be the next Bachelorette to kind of bring in new fans, bring in new juice to the franchise. I could see it. If they want to go the celebrity route or like I don't know, just to get new people because that would bring in her fans and because then it would air at the same time like in Golden Spot. It would air in Golden Spot, which is the same time Dancing with the Stars airs. So all the Dancing
Oh,
with the Stars fans would also probably watch. So
not a bad
that's
idea.
another. That's why I think that could maybe be the case, and it works with the rugby schedule.
I like it.
Check.
I like it. All right, let's get into the episode because there is a lot to unpack here. First things first, the cold open is back. They opened up with the little shot of Carolina saying that, or was that the cold open, or was it the short dress?
It was Carolina. It was
Was
Carolina. The teasing, talking to Grant about
about what Rose said. So
yeah,
yeah,
but
I
no
love that.
names were mentioned. Yeah,
Yes. I love the cold open being back. First group date we have is the finance bro date. Little I'm looking for a man in finance.
finance
6'5".
6'4", brown eyes, day trader.
The Bachelor. With Hannah Burner and some other guy from Shark Tank that I've never seen before, and he didn't really
Who's not Mark Cuban? So
Yeah. Or Mr. Wonderful. Is it Mr. Wonderful? Whatever the guy
Mark,
is.
yeah, and Matt Damon and Mr. Wonderful, and then who's the white guy? Who's the short white guy?
I don't
It's
know.
like
I don't know. This isn't a Shark Tank podcast. That date they give out Grant bucks, and my biggest thing here was this was clearly the age old. Every group of friends has had this argument, whether it's Cards Against Humanity, whether it's apples to apples. Do I go for the funny answer or do I go for the correct answer, most accurate or most hilarious? And that's an age old problem. That's not even first world problem. That's just a problem everyone's faced. Everyone's
Yeah.
dealt with that at one point in their life where they're like, do I play this is the most accurate card or this is the funniest card? And that's a real life problem. So I'm glad they're finally addressing real life issues on this show.
Yeah, and I respect people that did the funny answer because let's be real, like the real answers weren't even, I don't even think getting answered by Grant. So, might as well go the funny route. Like the judge is literally a comedian. Like Hannah Burner is a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So like obviously she's gonna go with the funny ones. And especially if you know her type of humor, which Bailey did. It just kept going and going. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of the date. They always have one of these dates. I remember this type of date with back in Matt James' season with Shanae, right? That was this villain. The villain was Shanae, and that was like that was the first date of her villain arc, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe if I remember correctly. But we talked a little bit on the live broadcast about the catching the cash. It's a cool, fun game to add,
Yeah. Oh, and we talked about strategy. I mean, ladies, again, if you're watching, you might potentially go on the show and they do a similar date. Again, in the most respectful way possible. If your goal is to get the most bucks, you got to use your shirt. You got to like take up space on the ground and then probably again,
space.
I don't know how to say that. It's just strategic. It's not sexual. Strategic.
I would put it in in my balls. Like I would
censor that ABC.
Yeah. Okay. We can get to that. But actually, no, let's talk about it right now. They censored the word balls in the, oh my God, how's the song go? Oh my God, the song from the proposal. The song from the proposal.
I missed this entire section.
With the sweat drip down my balls.
Yeah.
And all ski mother. Yeah. They censored balls. But night one, when Alicia said,
walked out vagina first.
Yeah, can I even say that?
I don't know if we can say it on this show.
I don't know, but she walked out vagina first, and they kept that. But balls got censored. They played basketball.
They're trying to silence us, Michael. They're trying to get rid of the male audience from this show. They hate everything about us. They're like, no, we are boys. We have balls, and we watch this show.
Is this fucking play about us?
Again, how do we make everything about us? That was weird. Bailey ends up getting the most Grant bucks, and then the waiter comes out with a menu. I'm gonna steal your bit here. Was the waiter trying to get the Bachelor at it? Cute looking waiter, good looking dude.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, you're not.
I don't know. There's a lot of hotter dudes, but I mean, I guess he was, fine looking.
Never mind. No, move on.
Okay, no. One thing about the menu before we move on to the menu, the private dance private dance was $2,000
Yeah.
and the shirt was $8,000. What kind of club is offering a private dance for a fourth of the shot of a t-shirt, a white rusty t-shirt?
Yeah. Crazy, man. You also, take 4 dances over a shirt. Just
Yeah.
spend the whole night. Be like, another dance.
Be
Another
like, no,
dance.
Grant, dance for me.
Another dance.
Dance
Another
for me.
another dance. Another dance. Another dance. Another
Like,
dance.
okay, I can't say I would do that if I was in her because I think it's a little
Yeah.
roles reversed. If it's a guy with a girl date with
Yeah.
that kind of thing, they probably wouldn't do it.
There's
They probably
no
wouldn't do
way
it.
they would do that.
But like, it would be so funny if Bailey was just like, "No, I want 4 dances, Grant," and then she just with the rest of the money was just like making it rain on him. That's funny. Like that would be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that.
Also the other part of this date was the Zoe round 2 drama. I'm gonna do. How about this? You ask if everyone's having fun, and I'll do my Zoe impression. Wait, give me a second. Go.
Hey, oh my god, this day was so fun. Is everybody having fun?
I'm not having fun.
Oh, well, way to kill the vibe.
I'm not having fun.
Oh, wow. Wow, that girl is wearing the
I'm
shortest dress
having
I've
a
ever
terrible
seen. Oh,
Sorry,
she keeps talking.
I tripped over your line there. Sorry, that's on me. Yeah, no, it reminded me of the SpongeBob meme where it's like, I lost something once. It's like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
like,
not having fun.
because that became a meme on TikTok with the whole like third wheeling.
Yeah.
Like I had a pencil once, or
Yeah.
what is it? Like I had a once. Yeah.
No, it's I lost something once. I think that's the actual meme.
Yeah.
Like 2 people
Oh, it's like,
talking.
oh, I had a pencil. Oh, you can borrow mine, honey. And it's like the couple, and then it's the third wheel in the back going like, I lost something once.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so Zoe wasn't having a great time. And then she was very much embracing the me versus the world, where she seemed to, I think the night was just catching up to her, and she was like, everyone's out to get me. I hate it here. And I think she eased back into the crowd through the
That's not
episode.
over.
It's not over, but I think she was less everyone's out to get me later on in the episode. Serafina did welcome to the show. Welcome to the show,
Yeah.
Serafina. Glad to have you. Coming
We
out
didn't
with
know
a
what your
bang.
voice sounded like. We
Yeah.
know what it sounds like now.
Happy to have you on the show. She does come out of left field with I mean, there's not much defending it.
I mean, she's coming to the game as a relief pitcher, and she's throwing heat right off the bat.
She's
That's
backing
what
him off the
Serafina's-
plate. She's throwing 90 at the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's throwing. She's like Aroldis Chapman, getting it going. You know, throwing some heat.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, and I think she probably have said she's probably said a lot. She's probably had a lot of those one-on-ones with the producers and stuff like that, just kind of like talking. And that's just the first clip they use. But like Serafina's funny. Like she's funny.
Yes.
I'll maybe tease my final rose, but Serafina's funny.
All right. I do want to point 2 more things about this date actually. So Zoe's getting mad that everyone was doing joke answers and like I was taking this seriously, and then Juliana just pipes in. She's like, "No, honey, like you had really good answers. Like you tried so hard." It was just kind of like a weird way of trying to comfort her in that moment. So that was strange. And then
But I
sorry,
appreciate Juliana doing that. I think she's been doing that the past 3 episodes. She's been a girl's girl for the most, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, are we girls? Probably not.
I'm a man. What do you mean?
We're not man's girls. That sounds
I'm
illegal.
And it's 2025. That's not illegal. That's not illegal.
I hated the move that Zoe did.
We're queen.
We're queens.
Ow. Oh my god, I think I just tore my forearm there. Oh my god, that hurts so bad.
Stop, actually.
That actually, I don't know why I did it. The weird
Stop
flick.
doing it.
I've literally had my first basketball game on Thursday. I cannot.
Oh no.
This is my shooting arm too.
Oh no. I hate the move. We've seen it in seasons past where it's like, hey, something's happening, but I'm not going to name names. The no names Nancy is just bothering me. I hate when they do this move. just if you're gonna if you think it's important enough to bring it to Grant, it's important enough to name the names. If it's
Yeah,
not,
we had
it
that
probably
twice.
wasn't important enough to bring to Grant in the first place. So I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
and then
I,
go ahead.
also, that's not the shortest dress I've ever seen in my life. And it's Serafina. There's no way that was the shortest dress you've ever seen in your life. So admit that was a little bit overreaction.
Little bit of a
Little bit.
hyperbole. She was hyperboling.
She was
Um,
hyper bowling for sure.
and then group date rose goes to Parissa, chubby bunny, little chubby bunny date. We have
Should I do it
to,
right now?
yeah, do chubby
Oh, cool.
bunny right now.
Chubby bunny.
Go again.
Chubby
You're
bunny.
not allowed to chew.
Chubby bunny.
One more.
Oh,
Okay, we're done. We're done. While you finish chewing there, maybe I don't know. Parissa did the chubby bunny move to basically say, "Oh, I want Grant to see my silly side, see that I can have fun." Are we forgetting that week 1, Parissa had an AI PowerPoint of him or of her and Grant getting married? So that's your funny side. That's, I would argue, the only side we've seen of Parissa. We
oh,
haven't seen
100%.
any other sides. So she's saying, like, I'm so glad Grant could finally see my silly side is kind of insane because we've seen it. That's all we've been seeing, which I love.
She's
I
got
love it, by the way.
she's got one card, and she's playing that, and she's emphasizing it again. And she's like, "Hey, did you see I played that card?
Yeah, I'm
Look, hey,
quirky and
look, I'm
fun,
funny. I'm quirky and
which
funny.
she is, which she is. Love
Laugh."
Parissa.
But maybe she's like just doing that to like then get the one-on-one and then be able to do the whole
Nah,
I'm an orphan boy or something, kind of like that. Sorry,
sure.
that's the first thing I thought of.
Sure.
I really hope she's not actually
Yeah,
now because I feel really bad.
yeah, I really hope she's not an orphan boy. I really, really,
I was thinking
yeah.
of Oliver, bro. I was thinking of Oliver, back in the day.
Um, and then we cut to the next day. Everyone's crying. Everyone's a mess. There's just a montage of tears everywhere. I think it's just been a long week for the girls. Long week for the girls. The girlies are getting the tears out, which is, we love to see emotions on the sleeves as long as you're you're just being honest with it. So we can appreciate that. Carolina's date. Mike, I'm gonna let you lead the charge here. Obviously, you are Carolina's #1 fan. I'll take a back seat. I'll be number 2. But what do we think of Carolina's date?
By the way, I have the first like 5 spots on that train, that bandwagon. I'm sorry, you're not number 2. I'm 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, Carolina's date, amazing. Obviously, also, isn't there? I remember seeing like some trend of like there being a correlation with the most expensive date being like the winner, or like a certain correlation with an expensive one-on-one and going far.
Mm-hmm.
By far, the most expensive one-on-one so far, right? The PJ, you know, going like being in Vegas, renting out a spot in Vegas, that nice place for the water, table and everything. That's definitely the most expensive date so far, without a doubt. Definitely more expensive than renting them all out, I would say. But that date was just special, right? Not only did they get to jump out of the tower, the Vegas, I don't know, tall building in Vegas, and do it twice, which was cool, nice, fun experience. But they had the first dinner one-on-one, right? She got the first real one-on-one, and got emotional with them. I told him about her past and growing up and having epilepsy, being diagnosed at 17 years old for epilepsy, which is like a really big thing. And she even still said like, some people be like, oh, I don't know if we can go with her. Like she's got that and whatever. And, she can still go to stuff, but then she has to like decompress and she has to like really like still monitor it, which is like a real, not like, I don't want to say issue, but it's a real thing she has to deal with in
Yep.
her life and take medications. And I'm sure maybe therapy too. I don't really know a lot about epilepsy. But like, I didn't see it coming. I mean, I didn't know from my research,
Yeah.
which is crazy. That's on me. I
On
didn't
you. You
I
missed
didn't
that.
talk enough that I didn't know that, but yeah, I mean, she has a really emotional side to her. She was crying. I was crying. Everybody was crying. Grant was
Yep.
crying. He didn't wipe her tears. Thought that was a little strange. He wiped other people's tears, but I get it. Yeah,
I do
but
want to say, if we find out anyone has ever left Carolina out of something or excluded her in any way because of her epilepsy,
well,
I don't know the nicest way to say this, but like we'll fuck you up. We will fuck you up with tweets and memes and gifs and virtually, not in person, but like we will. So just don't let us find you. Don't let the BachMakers find you. Few other things about this date. Again, I want to shout out everything you just said. I think it was beautifully put.
Thank you.
Few small things about Carolina's date. She is better at freestyling than Grant.
Yeah,
She is.
and we know. I do want to talk about the private jet conversation
Yeah.
that they had on the way there, because yeah, like you said, the freestyling. This just proves that song he made up, he didn't make up on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that was what he was actually freestyling, you could tell he was actually off the dome trying to like freestyle there.
You know what this also proves?
That he didn't freestyle on the stage either.
No, this proves that Grant has no control over the edit because he totally would have had that cut. He said, "No, I can't be upstaged freestyling in this show.
True.
That's
True.
my thing. I'm the freestyle. You can't."
Mm-hmm.
So Grant has no control. He watched that along with everyone else, saying, "Yeah, it's tough." Grant or Caroline or I almost said Carolina. Carolina definitely upstaged.
I want you to be
The other thing I want to point out, two more things about this date. Grant, when they're up on the little sky deck about to jump out, they usually make this moment, this date that they have every single season, a big moment of, can I trust you in high pressure situations? Grant was trying so hard to get Carolina to like help him or like comfort him. He was freaking out and he kept saying like, "Oh, like I'm so scared right now. Like I'm going to jump. Like this is so high. I'm terrified." And Carolina was like just sitting there. Just sitting back.
You're the man.
Yeah.
You're the man.
She did not care. She could not care less.
You like, brother, just like jump off. Like, I'm sorry. Like
Carolina's like, "I'm up next. Come on, hurry up. Let's go."
Yeah. And then she was like, let's do it again. That was lit. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Going back to the private jet conversation, she made a little comment when they were doing a little banter back and forth. She was like, "You want to just get married in Vegas?" And then he said, and I quote, "Oh, you want to get married?" And I was like, "Look, man, I know you said you want to come off as a player, but even like joking about that, like I think you can just play along into the joke or something like that. But like you're on a show, we're the Bachelor, right? And the end purpose is to get married. That's the end thing.
Good
I
point.
guess it's
That's a
technically
good
an
point.
engagement. But like, be careful with your words because they could be spinned against you. You're on the show to get married, or are you?
Yeah, he did seem shocked at the idea of marriage when that is the point of the show. So that's a great point. I didn't even think of it like that.
And I mean, I guess maybe he isn't aware of like the bit of like people getting like drunk and married in Vegas. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Because if so, that's also hilarious if he doesn't know that bit, but whatever.
Yeah. And then last thing about this date, the whole date in the water puddle thing is crazy. Having the dogs out in a suit is insane. Like they're both dressed up to the nine. Is it to the nines? Is that the phrase?
I've never heard that phrase. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I could be making that up. They're dressed up super nice, and then they just gotta let the dogs out into the water. It looks awesome. The shot is awesome. I don't know how realistically fun it is.
I mean, I think it would be really relaxing because it's probably hot, and so it's like, ooh, let me dip my toes into the water, and then you're all like, ooh, this is so cool.
You're right. You sold me. I'm in on that date. I want it.
But then you have the chance, like what we saw in Paradise the last time, where somebody fell in.
Yes.
Fell in.
Will. I think it was two pair. Or yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Will Urena fell in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough. So there is that. hazard you got to look out for. All right, let's talk about what I believe is the moment of the episode. We'll find out if Charlotte believes it's the moment of the episode. My number one pick, my first round draft pick, was kicked to the curb and booted off the show in 10 seconds. She just said, we got no other explanation. It was, oh, since Beverly left, let's move on. We're not going to give her the time of day. We're not going to go into any explanation. We're just going to say she got sick and had to go. Did she die? Is she dying? What do I need to do as a coach? How am I supposed to care for her when I don't know what's going on? I felt like a parent running down from the stands when one of my sons gets hurt on the
Cedric, my boy.
yeah, just on the field, like getting stretchered off, and like I'm running down, like I gotta save my girl. And they just breezed right by it. They said, Beverly's gone. We got to move on. I'm like, no, my first round draft pick just lent biased. And then now I'm stuck here with no first.
All right. Whoa. That's too far. That's messed up. Nobody's going to get that joke, hopefully. I hope people do get that joke. That would make me happy. If you get the joke, type
no, like may he rest in peace.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. But actually, I kind of like it was actually really kind of accurate of like
what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Like not okay. Now the more I explain it, it's not. Let's move.
But I get it to a degree. To a degree.
It's a much lesser degree.
Spectrum.
Yes, spectrum. I'm here. That's there. Anyways, yeah. We don't have an explanation. We're going to find out tomorrow on Bachelor Happy Hour because that's how the podcast game works. And yeah, no, I'm sad to see her go. I think we just didn't get enough of her. And I think that's because they knew she was gone. And I don't know what to make of it. She just vanished when the Wise Gals needed her most. And it's sad. And we'll carry on without her. We still have 3 ladies left to carry the torch, but it's hard not to feel wounded. The Wise Gals are hurting right now. We're mourning loss, but we'll rebound. I'll rally the troops and we'll be better for this. But it is a sad moment in the Wise Gals for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get how they didn't even include some clips of like the girls talking, because there's obviously like the girls are talking about that, right? They've obviously grown friendly with Beverly and they're friends with her. And so they were probably some chit chat of, oh, Beverly's sick, or, oh my God, like there's probably some girls crying that Beverly left. Like that's what people do,
Mm-hmm.
Girls cry over that. And so like, why didn't we get that? Like when Mark left on the Golden Bachelorette and all the dudes were just like,
oh,
and it was so wholesome. I know that's a little bit farther in the season, but to an extent, you can still do that and still like have that goodbye, or like the girls saying, "Man, we're gonna miss Beverly," more than just a little snippet.
I wonder. I'm guessing it's because they're spending so much of this episode convincing us that there's these villains in the house, that there's a lot of animosity in the house, so you can't have a wholesome moment of Beverly having to leave and all the girls being sad and kind of rallying together, and then immediately cut to like, oh, we all hate each other. There's toxic people in the house.
I think that's more of a reason to have it in there, so you can have that balance of good and bad.
I agree with you, but I don't think that's how they're thinking. But I don't know. Who knows?
They don't think at all. With so
all right, the next small little date here, to be honest, I blacked out during because I was still getting my wits together after the Beverly stuff. The only thing I did notice,
I'll run it. I'll run through it.
All right, Grant's dog voice was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Grant's dog voice.
It was so bad.
I need to find that clip. I'm gonna record that. It is so fun. Like not even funny, just like really, really weird.
Like I don't know. We all have it. We all have a dog voice, but just to do it, I don't know.
With the hands too. He was doing these hands with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it twice too. He went back. For seconds.
I timestamped it because I was like, I need to find that 8:02. So I guess 9:02 your time.
We'll get that.
Yeah. This date. First started off with him and Dina doing like a little dog washing of something. And I'll get to Grant and Dina's conversation a little bit later because I think that's something to touch on. And then he walks the dog with Serafina. That was just chill. Serafina does seem very chatty. Like she's a very talkative person, and they really just haven't shown it at all. But yeah, that seemed to go fine. And then Latia obviously gets the. I think this is marked as a one-on-one for Latia. I think
Yeah, how was that decided? Did I miss that? Did he just
no,
pick Latia?
I don't think like there wasn't like a he picked that. It was just like and Latia's going on this. There wasn't any competition. There needs to be competition.
So that is I would say, nail in the coffin for Dina and Serafina.
No,
And
it's not a nail.
he just picked her out of the three. Now, normally the one-on-ones, like, hey, like, I mean, you're picking out of every girl, so it's not like one over the other. It's just, hey, I want to.
Yeah, but they still got to go on that second date that week when all the other people on that group date didn't.
Yeah, but it's
So they
very
knew they were
clear
chilling.
Latia is a tier above those two, and will be for as long as the season goes.
For now, we all thought Alex was endgame after episode 1.
No, who said that? Not one person said that.
The people, AI.
You're right. The people.
ChatGPT.
You're right. You're right. That was weird. Yeah, that was weird that Latia got that. But FaceTime with the mom was very nice. I like that.
I mean, he said, and I quote, after tonight, Latia could be my wife. That's endgame talking. We're talking
It's
endgame.
week 3, Grant. It is week 3. You can't be throwing out wifey.
Love bomb. Oh, I can see her be my wife. Boom, boom. Make out. I'm gonna put my hand on her. Boom.
Boom. He's just
That's what Grant's doing.
He's tossing love bombs. Love bombs left and right. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, he's flea flicking these love bombs. Yeah,
And off
it's Mahomes after Nick Sirianni's already been Gatorade. Boom, bomb.
It's Mahomes with a 20-point deficit. Just bang, bang.
Stat pad.
Oh man.
Garbage time.
Anything else about that date you want to talk about, or let's move on to prom?
I did write down Latia and Grant. They like just look really good together. Like they not like they don't look similar, but like I don't know. They look really like they're a hot couple. They look really good together.
Yeah,
straight up.
I would agree. Prom. Okay, so Grant saying he never had a prom date. He was too focused on ball. Kind of respect it. He said, "Hoop dreams come first. Not I don't need the party life. I don't need these party girls. I need hoop dreams."
I did try to go to his mom's Facebook and try to scroll down and see if we could find a Grant prom picture and expose him. Because like, what if they just made him say that? And
he's just lying about
prom?
everything on this season.
But I couldn't find it.
They bring in the golden Bachelorette boys and no Charles L. As soon as no Charles L walked through that door, I was like, I'm out. I love no disrespect to the other 4, but you can't have a prom without Charles L. His dance moves from last time were perfect. Charles L is our king, and I was really upset we didn't get to see him.
Yeah, and are they trying to like audition those 4 guys for the Golden Bachelor? Because they still haven't announced that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something to note. But like,
if it's any of those, it's Jonathan, right?
But isn't Jonathan dating somebody already?
That's right. You're right.
So is it Keith? What?
No way.
No.
Keith couldn't talk to a girl. He could not talk to Joan. No, again, no offense, Keith, but he just couldn't.
Or did they not include Charles L because it is Charles L? That's got to be it, right?
That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream. And then he had a few dances with people. He had a nice moment with Dina. He did say to Dina, in quotes, I put it in quotes, I've never dated. He basically said, I've never dated a woman who's successful, which is just a slap in the face to all the other women that he's dated. And Jen.
Yeah. Okay. He probably wasn't like thinking about Jen. You know, like he wasn't thinking about being on another reality TV show.
I'm always thinking about Jen. That's my problem.
Okay. Yes. I did write down about Dina's and Grant's conversation at the prom. Dina was flexing, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
She's
girl boss. Yeah,
boss ass bitch. We saw that in the opening montage, right, of her legally blonde, legally brunette. But I think Grant's intimidated by Dina.
As he
Like
should be.
actually,
As he should be.
because Dina probably makes more money than him. I'm gonna kind of book that.
Yep.
That's
Book it.
obviously I don't know, but like Dina was just like, I work at a great law firm in Chicago, and I've got a condo, and I'm working all the time. I'm like, pop off, Queen, like literally pop off. And I think Grant is actually intimidated by it because he's not used to that, not used to somebody that's like punctual and like do this and
Yeah.
work hard, play hard, and I bust my ass so I can party my ass off. And so like he's kind of intimidated by it, which rightfully so, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like you're 31, so like I don't know. But
Fair enough.
pop off.
All right, let's get to the last bit of drama here of
Yeah.
the episode. Your
Give it a
girl.
10-minute warning.
Yeah, give a little 10-minute warning to Charlotte so she can prep the roses to give out. But yeah, so Carolina starts to spiral a little bit because of something that we find out Rose said to her, where Rose said that Grant had told her that he was thinking of Rose while dancing with Carolina, is what Rose thought he was saying. Now, there's a lot at play here. This whole situation felt very weird. I was shocked by a few things, but most importantly, Grant, why the hell are you guessing names? That is the biggest mistake in all of this. There's a lot of miscommunication here, a lot of he said, she said. Grant just throwing out names. Was it Dina? Was it Bailey? Are you sure it wasn't Bailey? Was it Dina? Just throwing stuff at the dartboard, swinging, missing. Don't throw out names. Because immediately he's like throwing other girls under the bus for no reason.
Yeah, I want to know it. Which I've seen on some Twitter, like people that were at that dance date saying some things that like, oh, they didn't show half of like what happened. Like these people were being so extra, and like, and those were the names I did hear, when the Twitter fingers of those people that went and saw that live were saying. But yeah, don't be guessing names. Just like either say it or don't say it, which I don't know. I think it's one of those things. Okay, sports reference, sports comparison. I'm going to do it. It's like in basketball. Every coach has a strategy. When they're up 3 late, going into the game, they know we're either going to foul or they're not foul. It's not something that they decide last second in the 30-second timeout.
Philosophy. They have a philosophy.
They have a philosophy. And Grant, going into the season, you need a philosophy like, fouling up 3 late or not fouling up 3 late. Either be all transparent and be like, yo, I want names and I want all of that, or you want none of that and I just can strictly focus on connections with each and every one of you. Like, don't be guessing. Don't be playing footsie and going back and forth and, kind of foul if they're facing the basket, if this person has the ball.
Yeah, because
stick to your guns.
Earlier with Zoe, he was like, it's all right. Like, I respect you, like, not wanting to throw someone under the bus.
Exactly.
And then with Carolina, he's like, are you sure it wasn't Bailey? You sure?
Bailey? Dina? Who else was on the date? And then it was like, oh, well, I guess it has to be Rose.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And then, so with this whole situation, another thing, again, with Grant, the way he reacted to Carolina saying that immediately made me think he was lying. Just his face, he was so adamant. Like, when people are lying and they like overcompensate, he was like, his face, he's like, what? Well, that makes me sound like a player. That makes me sound like I'm on some player shit. That's not me. That's not at all what I'm about. Are you sure it wasn't Bailey? Like, that's just what, I don't know. His reaction made me think he was guilty. And now looking back, he kind of was, because he did say it. But again, so here's the thing. Let's clear the air.
I knew this was going to come back. When he originally said that to Rose 2 weeks ago, last week, whatever, I knew that was coming back. I swear. I didn't say that on the pod, but I did.
So here's what happened. We found the clip. We found the clip of him saying to Rose, I was thinking about you while all that was going on. I think that was his phrase. Like, while all that was going on, I was thinking about you. And so I see where Rose is coming from, where she heard that and thought that while Carolina was doing the straddling stuff, Grant was thinking about her. Again, probably don't bring that up to Carolina. That's probably a mistake. but also I understand the miscommunication there. So Rose is now thinking that she is being gaslit by Grant because she remembers him saying that. And
Yeah.
Grant's like, I'm lying. Why would you say that I said that? I didn't say that. So I feel a little bad for Rose in that sense where she's like, I heard you say that. It was just a miscommunication across the board. At the end of the day, I don't think anyone's at fault. That's my final stance.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, but at the same time, it also affects Grant going forward too. Because now Grant's thinking, I need to be very careful with what I say because secrets aren't safe. Like if I tell Rose something, she's just gonna say it to anybody, and like everybody's just sharing with everybody. So I think maybe that's a little bit not a wake up call. Actually, yes, a wake up call to Grant being like, I girls talk, like girls talk. I
Mm-hmm.
need to really keep it together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's good. That's good. Maybe he needs this wake up call.
Yeah. This is
I
a
don't
good
know.
wake up call for Grant, maybe. And then, yeah, that was just a weird editing there, too. It was just a weird drama. That was drama I don't think we ever really seen before in the show. It's just an interesting concept. And then at the rose ceremony, we were under the assumption that Bailey was going to go home. So that really wasn't too much of a surprise. She made a late push there early in the episode, but I think her time had come and gone at that point.
Yeah.
But then we do have to say goodbye to America's sweetheart, someone who I'm not surprised she went home, but it's just
Yeah.
sad. It's just sad to
Mhm.
see her go. Chloe leaves and
Allie Joe.
Allie Joe as well. Did I just miss that?
Yeah, Allie Joe left too.
I feel so bad now. I just totally missed Ali Joe going home. Sorry,
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali went home.
Yeah.
I was so
Did I just break that news to you?
I
What?
just broke that news to me. I'm not even joking because at this moment during the rose ceremony, I was so focused on getting the clip from Charlotte of
Oh
the
yeah.
whole thing. So I wasn't even focused on the rose ceremony. Muhammad Ali went home too. Damn. You
Yeah.
really just broke that to me like a Jesse Palmer. Or like you're Jesse Palmer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so one thing I wanted to like kind of mention when Chloe was having her confessional and Allie Joe was having confessional and Bailey, they were all kind of talking about like this Carolina drama got in the way. Like Carolina stole him like 10 times tonight. And Serafina even said that like, oh, they stole him all night. At what point is the fault not on Carolina, but on Grant? Knowing that like he's only got this amount of time at prom. He knows that. Maybe this is like he knows that they're probably Carolina already has a rose. Maybe this drama could wait for another day. Like, at what point does he go, "Hey, Carolina, that's awesome, and I'm really sorry, but like, I need to like talk to other girls right now. Like, a lot of other people don't have roses. I need to like kind of get my head right." And then go spend that time with Chloe. Go spend that time with Allie Joe. Go spend that time with Bailey or the other girls he didn't even talk to because he only barely talked to Natalie. Like, I don't even think they showed Serafina. So it's like, at what point is it on him? I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah.
is it on the lead at all? Is it maybe the producers are pulling the strings? I don't know, but
It's probably a combination of all three, to be honest. But yeah, you're
yeah,
not wrong. It's a good point. It's not all on the girls. It's not on anyone at that point.
back
But
up Carolina.
yeah. All right. Let's give out final roses before we get into the Rose Bowl standings from Charlotte here, because I feel like that's gonna take a hot minute because I feel like
Yeah.
we're gonna disagree as we always do. My final rose, I already said it earlier in the episode, is Jeremy. I'm addicted to breaking fake news, and I'm gonna do it again. Shout out to Jeremy for being a good sport because I did just kind of throw him under the bus randomly on a random Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. So that was fun. I enjoyed it, and I apologize, but I will do it again.
Yeah, my final rose to I kind of teased it already, but Serafina. I don't think she's going to get one of the awards today from our Charlotte, but I think she deserves some love. She was funny. First time we actually see her personality. Hopefully, I think they teased a little one on one or something, but hopefully you see more of her. And she was funny. So shout out Serafina.
Shout out Serafina Wisegal. All right, let's do this thing. Without further ado, we are going to bring in our
Bring him out.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
We regret that little photo shoot we did at
Yeah.
the studio, Wyatt.
Because I'm using that shot for everything.
Yeah.
It's a good
Just
shot.
Every watch.
Okay. All right. We'll start off hot. Our MVP. I'm not mad at this one. Would you like to
I
explain?
feel
Yeah.
like that's such a solid pick.
Yeah. No.
She was so great this episode.
For our podcast listeners, it's Lydia, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Latia. Damn it. I
Latia.
did it again.
Dude.
It's Latia.
I do that so much.
Yes. I picked Latia because I feel like she just seems like an all-around great person. Oh, wait, am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm frozen on mine. But her little like mini one-on-one with Grant was just so sweet. It was cute. The FaceTime was awesome. And I think she just carries herself very well, and especially did after the one-on-one when everyone else was just crashing out. So yeah.
Was there any argument? How much did you consider Carolina for this?
So Carolina was originally our MVP
She sold.
until
Yep.
after her one-on-one. It was just a whole, I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't have too much of an argument here. Lizzie, how do you feel? You got an MVP this week.
Well, I had an MVP last week too,
Right.
so I have back-to-back MVPs.
There you go.
Not mad about it. Latia's my girl.
Mickey Mouse.
Fair enough.
Mickey Mouse MVP.
You know?
Mickey Mouse MVP.
Mickey Mouse MVP.
All right, now for the cringe of week 3 goes to.
Bailey.
Oh!
Yo, let's go.
What the hell?
Okay.
Let's go.
I
What
just,
just said?
as soon as the Grant Bucks became a thing, I was just like, oh no. Like, oh no. And when they read off the options of what you can do with the Grant Bucks, I was like, no way anyone would choose the t-shirt thing. I was like, no way. Like, that's just weird. Why do you want, like, no. And then she did. And then she put the shirt on. And there's just no way Grant was going to be like, aw, like, thank you. Like, I don't think well, obviously he didn't, but I don't think he really liked her that much. So then when I don't know, she just should have picked the champagne toast. I was like, there were a lot of cringy moments.
And she had 12,000. So her budget was crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
the shirt
Well,
was
she picked it.
$8,000.
She wasted 80% of her budget on the shirt, which is an insane
Yeah.
move.
I don't know why she did that. I don't know.
I'm not.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe that's
they
why she got
literally
sent
just
home.
had, like they literally just had a lesson on like
Budget.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it's
yeah,
like,
the financing was so awful.
how do you
When
be
anyone talks about
financial-
finance to me.
How do you be smart financially? It's like, let me spend 8,000 Grant Bucks on this shirt. You,
On this
you
shirt?
learned nothing. You learned nothing,
You think-
Bailey.
I wonder if she got to take it home with her as like a keepsake.
It probably isn't his shirt. It's probably
Yeah.
just a
If-
shirt.
But it
smells it like was-
him.
I was gonna say he definitely like if that was his shirt and they made him like pick one out, I know he like actually sprayed it like everywhere
Yeah.
and it probably reeked. But yeah, that's my cringe.
I'm not mad about it just because I think the runner-up would also be on Bailey's Babes, Bailey's
I
Beauties.
wonder if it would have been Carolina.
Yeah, I thought it was Carolina with the F-boy face.
That's not
Yeah, that was
cringe.
rough.
She did it like
That's-
4 times.
that's
If she did
risk.
it once,
That's
it's
risk.
funny. Carolina,
That's
friend of the
risk.
program, but
Yeah.
she did it
The
multiple.
plain rap was also a lot.
She out-rapped Grant though.
Yeah, she out-rapped Grant. So the
Sure.
cringe would have been on Grant again.
Yeah.
Like, well, the cringe is always on Grant. Like that's not. He's always cringe of the
That's
week
Sure.
in my heart, at least.
All right, next
Okay.
up we have. There's one award that I better get, and I'm gonna be so mad if we don't.
Oh,
All right,
I
best
can't wait.
dressed.
Ooh,
I
I
don't.
actually don't think you're gonna be happy. I don't know.
The best dressed. I have no idea where this is going. Rose.
Rose.
Okay.
Hell yeah! I mean, she was
Rose.
looking. Oh, that one dress. Yes.
Roses.
Yes.
Rose
black
diamond
and-
dress.
The black.
It was
Yeah.
so great.
she looked
She
really good.
looked phenomenal. I was just really, she did good. And yeah, that was a rough night for her, but she looked very good the entire time.
This is not. This is. I'm starting to take this personally. I feel like you have something against wise gals,
Am I a
but
fashion icon? That's
I
3
think
weeks in a
wise
row.
gals
Okay.
have something against being interesting.
What-
Sorry. I don't know who the wise gals are. I actually don't know.
Charlotte. Charlotte.
Yo.
I couldn't name a singular wise gal. I think Alex is one. I don't know.
Bad shots.
But you better. All right. We know how this league's go. If that's not a
Oh,
telltale
shut
sign
up! Don't even
how
say
this
don't
league is
start
going.
with the asterisk. Don't
Asterisk,
start with the asterisk. She doesn't know who your people are. She doesn't care.
Immediate
I'm telling you,
asterisk.
I can't name one person. I don't know who Rose is. I don't know who Bailey is. I don't know.
All right.
I didn't look. I don't look because it's be a lot to look for.
That's actually, I appreciate your honesty there, but I don't believe you.
Okay, villain's uninteresting. I just gave
You're gonna not give her the MVP, but you're not gonna give her the villain.
Wow.
Make up your mind.
Wow.
If you're
What?
not gonna give Carolina the MVP, give her the villain.
because I didn't think okay here. So I have a lot. I'll tell you all my thoughts because
Yeah, because clearly.
so I don't think she was a villain. I think she was just like crashing out because she just like got flown to Vegas for the day, and then so now she's all upset, which is like annoying, and that was really annoying what she said. And I know Zoe does something similar, but like Zoe just bothers me because she's doing this based on like nothing. At least Carolina like has a connection with him. Like he cried because she told him about like his epilepsy and everything. Like Carolina's crash out was more valid than Zoe's. And then wait, what? Oh, then when Rose said the thing to Carolina, whether or not it was true or anything, blah blah blah, like that would make her crash out more. Like that's awful to hear, no matter if it's right or wrong. It just sucks, and like it makes sense that she was so stressed. And then yeah, like she got away with pulling him all the time, but like you were saying this before, like he could have been like, hey, like let's talk about this tomorrow. He didn't do that. Carolina, not the villain. Zoe, villain.
Facts.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
That made like a lot of sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
What I would say, you could argue that Rose is more of the villain than
Carolina, then.
Carolina.
I feel like she was more the villain this episode. Rose was more the villain this episode than Zoe.
I just don't know if it's hard to see what Rose's intentions were in that conversation because we didn't see it.
Yeah.
And we also don't know how close they are in the house. Like they could be like roommates and buddies and talk every single day.
Yeah.
And Rose could have been feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Like we just don't know because we haven't seen how much time they spent together. So I'm not ready to pin it all on Rose.
Pop off. Good point.
I will say, I'm glad that she got villain of the week because I get an extra rose.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like she's starting to have her decline from villainy.
I don't know if she's going to continue to be the villain. I think it's going to get drawn out after like another minute. But for this week, I just couldn't pick Carolina because I just didn't think she was the villain.
Well, Ali Joe is gone.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali's gone, so it's one less person for her to worry about. That was her biggest op, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She's like the traitor. Trying to. She got rid of.
I mean, it didn't help that I had both of them on my team.
I mean, it did help. You got villain point. You're getting villain points.
Well,
left and
yeah,
right.
but like
That's what we keep thinking of villain as a bad thing. It's getting you points. I wish. Okay, this is the one we got.
Okay, moment. Yeah, there were two that we were really debating between, and I don't know if I don't know what you're gonna think.
Oh my god, it's not gonna be yours, Wyatt. It's not.
If it's not who I think it is.
Oh, it's not. We get.
Let's fucking go.
What the moment?
I'm gonna tell you. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna breathe.
I'll tell you.
Explain yourself first.
Because I wanted to pick genuinely a moment that was just like had a positive reaction this week, and
now we're
there were
deciding to be
two.
Go. Okay,
go.
no, please explain.
So my runner-up was the moment on when Grant and Latia FaceTimed her mom because that was really sweet. That was a really good moment, but we had a debate after we watched, and we all genuinely burst out laughing when Carolina was like talking about it, and it cut to her just like to Rose just like eating. Like we just like burst out laughing, and we were like, that was really funny.
When she was eating the nachos.
Yeah.
Time out.
That's the moment of
time fucking out. Time
really
fucking
laughed.
out right now. You're telling me the moment of the episode was Rose eating nachos.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was some good editing.
A contestant vanished in thin air, gone
Yeah, that was pretty
in
crazy.
a moment, in a split second. Beverly was
I also
gone,
thought about that.
and
But
you were like,
what-
Rose
Like,
ate fucking
they didn't
nachos.
show it.
Well,
They
where's
didn't
the-
show it in the episode.
Wait, where's the moment in that though? Like, where
She's
is it?
gone.
Like,
back.
yeah, she's
Like-
gone.
like
but
they're-
like,
Like there was no
But
there was no
she's-
moment shown
yeah.
in the episode.
She's
Like she
gone
just was gone.
and had no screen time also. So like, what's it to me that she left?
True. That's yeah. See, that's
If
what I
you would
was.
have said, I would hear that argument out if you would have picked Rose and Carolina, like that argument. But Rose eating nachos.
It was so funny.
No, it was
really
funny. The cut was funny.
It
It was
was
a good cut.
it was just like, and I feel like there aren't many moments where you have genuine laughter during these shows, and that was just like, like that was good.
Can we?
I don't know what I don't
I
know
wanna-
what else I can do. I don't know what else our wise gals can do. We're playing a perfect game, and the
Who are
balls
the
are
wise
deflated.
gals? Tell
We're
me
def-
who are the wise gals.
No, don't
No,
tell
I'm
me.
not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you because I believe in integrity of the league. But we're deflating balls out here. Deflate gate left and right. Like, what are we doing here? This is
I'm sorry.
asterisks, 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 asterisks.
Yeah, that's tough. There's tweets. I put 3 tweets.
All right, there's tweets.
I want to give a shout out to
Let me score update
Both.
first.
both everybody that runs the BachMaker Twitter page and the ones that would do the tweet that I had sent in the group chat, because I think it was an all-time Twitter outing from the BachMaker account today.
Thank you. Appreciate
Like-
we did. Charlotte and Charlotte does. I want to say this. Charlotte does 99.99% of the work on the Twitter. She did a phenomenal job. She does a great job every single episode.
Thank
So
you.
let's-
Wait, 16
stop.
plus 4.
I haven't done the roses yet. Let me do
Okay.
mental math real quick. So this is after the
Rose ceremony.
the rose ceremony, and now I'm adding the rose ceremony. So I got 4, so 15, and then you got 5. No, Bailey went home. You got 4 more, so 24, and then Lizzie got 2. Lizzie has 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not as big of a deficit as I thought, but that is the Rose Bowl standings after week 3. Michael has 24. Bailey's Babes at 24. Lizzie's Leading Ladies at 20. Wise Gals at 15 because Charlotte hates us. But
Woo.
we move on to Tweets of the Week. Let's finish on a positive note. It's Beverly when she found out Grant was on the one-on-ones.
It was jumping. I don't want to put a GIF in, but that was really funny.
That's good.
There's a lot of good Beverly memes.
Oh, that was funny. This, like, we actually all made jokes around the room. We're like, wait, why
Okay,
can't
no,
you
no,
do
no.
prom?
Wait, no, this is a
Yeah.
good point. This is a good point.
No. AAU season definitely overlaps with prom.
In the summer,
And-
AAU's in the summer.
No, there's definitely spring ball too. 100%.
Okay. All right.
There's
but if we're-
tournaments
Wait,
left
like,
and right.
Okay.
but like high school?
I mean,
Yeah.
he's good
Yeah,
at
like high school,
basketball,
like
so
one-
he's doing travel
For
basketball.
like one weekend.
So
Yes,
Or it's
there's
prom.
tournaments every
both
weekend.
sides. Both sides. If he wanted to go to prom, he could have gone to prom. It wouldn't have affected his basketball career whatsoever. Also,
Yes.
he
Right.
probably used, hey, I have a tournament, so I don't have to ask this girl or no one wants to go with me. I'm going to go to this tournament anyways. So
There's
Both
Let's get a picture of Grand High School. And then I
hey,
feel like we'll get the
watch the my video. I did a full background on Grant's basketball
Yeah.
career. Started from high school all the way to the pros. So if you are interested in his basketball career, watch that video. I did way too much research. So, all right, other tweet of the week. Thank you. I was really
That's
proud of
good.
this one. I
That
was
was
really.
funny. I saw it pop up, and I was like, oh, he did a good tweet.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
showed it to the people around me.
Do I get points? Do I get points for this one?
Like, no,
Oh,
but
okay.
in your heart you do.
She hates the wise gals. This is ridiculous. All right. That is week 3 of Grant season. Thank you everyone for watching. If you watched this far, please like the video.
my Shigo tweet doesn't get in there as well.
That's tough. Sorry to see it. Also subscribe to the channel. If you watch this far, please subscribe. Get us to 5K soon. That'd be awesome. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.